am I actually looking for? What do I need help with? A lot of people say
you are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Be Exposed Radio.
Definitely not taking responsibility for other people's emotions and things that's going on, and owning up to who you are. I know that's what you were finishing on, so you can speak more on that, sister.
Yeah, just making sure, because at the end of the day, what happens to us, especially women, we're nurturers. So by life, you know, we tend to want to, I call men projects, like fix-me-uppers, people that come with issues. And for some reason, I mean, people, we all have issues, but people who, like, want you to help them through their issues, you know? So we take on projects because we get to the point to where we're like, okay, I just want to have somebody, as opposed to the quality of the person that you're getting. And then we start to own all of their issues, and we start to feel bad because things are not progressing the way that we want it to, you know, and that's not fair to us. So we can't own somebody else's stuff. If somebody's not ready when you meet them, that's not your fault. That's theirs. It's their loss. You see what I'm saying?
Hey, what's up? It's the man you all know and love, E. Digger, the host of the Charm City Direct Radio Show. Make sure you catch me and my crew every Saturday from 5 to 7 p.m. only on BeExposedRadio.com.
We're rewarding you for something you already do, listening to us. It's Radio Loyalty, and it's an easy way for you to get free stuff. All you do is sign up. Go ahead and click the banner now. You'll earn points as you listen. Points you can trade in for great products and services in the Radio Loyalty store. You can earn even more points when you share your favorite station with friends on Facebook and Twitter. Radio Loyalty. It's free to sign up, so click the banner to join now. Free stuff for you just for listening to this station. Yo, we got your attention? Here's how it works. You click on the Radio Loyalty banner right now and sign up. Then you keep on listening like you already do. But now you earn points. Those points add up, and you can trade them in for cool stuff in the Radio Loyalty store. Earn more points by sharing your station with friends on Facebook and Twitter, answering surveys, and by using the apps in the New Players App Store. Pretty simple. Free stuff just for doing what you already do. Radio Loyalty. Click the banner to join now. Join the club that gives you stuff. Hey, thanks! Radio Loyalty. Here's how it works. Just click on the Radio Loyalty banner right now.
Didn't get a chance to tune in last week? Well, here's what you missed on the Artist Exchange radio show.
Being a stage actor, how has that prepared you for comedy?
Oh, man. I think that being a thespian definitely gave me a head start and an advantage over most of the guys that just go right into comedy. I mean, it definitely helps with stage presence, memorization. Just, you know, a lot of comedians in the city, they don't consider every aspect of the performance, like what you're wearing, you know, how you say certain words, and being a stage actor, like I definitely, I'm thinking about every part of the joke when I write it or when I perform it. You know, like I try to do it as a performer without looking too stagey.
Tune in every Friday from 7 to 9 p.m. and every Saturday 12 to 2 p.m. on BeExposedRadio.com. This is the Artist Exchange. Real artists, real talk.
What is hood respect? Family, life, work, love. We are all from the hood and we all want respect. That's why we wear Hood Respect. Available in men's, women's, and kids. For more information and ordering options, contact Instagram at Hood Respect, Facebook to Mel Martin Sr., and email at hoodrespect.tms71@gmail.com. The look you need is Hood Respect.
Do you want to promote your business? Do you want to get yourself noticed? Well then, why not sponsor us? There are lots of different options to choose from commercial spots and on-air shoutouts, to interviews, and even putting your logo on our website. Don't miss these great opportunities to get noticed. Check out our sponsorship packages on our Facebook page or on our website, BeExposedRadio.com.
Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Tracy Barbie. It's okay if your boyfriend hits you. It's true love and I see nothing wrong with it. Growing up, I dated lots of guys, as you know, who abused me, hit me, tortured me, kidnapped me. And guess what? I fucking deserve it. I think it's okay if your boyfriend hits you. If a bitch deserves it, then a bitch deserves it. It's okay if your boyfriend slaps you and pushes you around and beat the living.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
What's going on? It's Monday night. It's 8 o'clock, and you know what it is? Your sports radio / podcast / comedy hour. Just a bit outside. I am your host, Kescia, and across from me is the man that bakes Ezekiel Elliott's brownies. My man, Mark Foster.
Just a bit Monday.
How you feeling, Money?
I'm here. All
right. I'm gonna tell you. Let me adjust. Let me get right real fast. All right. So I'm feeling pretty good. Fresh off of a little happy hour with two friends of mine, Candy and Lemon Drop. And no, they are not strippers.
I was going to ask where that happy hour was.
Aloha Sushi up there on Charles Street. I'm actually working on a little something with them. I'm see if we can get them involved. But yeah, so I'm feeling pretty good right now.
All right.
We got a nice little show lined up. We're going to talk football. We're going to talk tennis, baseball, the regulars. We got some other just a bit outside stories for you guys. So you ready to get it in?
Let's do it.
All right, cool. First up, as we always do, what's going on around town? This weekend, the Ravens had an open practice down at M&T Bank Stadium. I believe that was Sunday night. It was last night. Yep, that joint went down about 6 o'clock, and then afterwards, they had fireworks and
lasers.
Yeah. It was real nice, from what I understand. I didn't get a chance to make it because I was playing softball. But have you ever gone to a practice or to a training camp?
Yeah, like about 3 or 4 years ago when they did the first one at M&T.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
cool.
I mean, it was pretty cool. It was a good
Yeah.
time.
It's definitely cool for the fans. And, we made an announcement early in the month that they'll be doing 2 more of those sessions. So, if you go on Ravens' website, there should be more information for that.
I believe the next one is Saturday at Annapolis, the Navy
at
Stadium.
the Navy Memorial Stadium. So, and I believe that's a afternoon practice.
I believe so.
Yeah. So, if you got time, run on down to Annapolis, check out the new team, new squad, see how they're working out. Speaking of Ravens and, new team and new squad and potential players, there's been some buzz about Colin Kaepernick.
There has.
He recently came here and met with the organization and did a little workout and whatnot. And the ultimate, the ending result was nothing.
Yet.
Nothing as of yet. Okay, we're going to put that big old yet out there. But what we did learn was the Ravens signed a quarterback from Arena League?
Arena League, yeah.
Arena League. Somebody that I've never even heard of before. Right, thank you, Eric. Somebody I've never even heard of before. What is this gentleman's name? Because we're going to give him some love.
No one knows his name. I had it written down to
Right. So, okay, so basically, the quarterback with no name, dog. You got something to prove, because I can't believe that we haven't signed Kaepernick.
From what I understand about the arena guy, is the thinking is the Ravens are going to see how Flacco's progressing, and this kid is just for practice. He's there to take Flacco's spot on the practice field. They don't really expect anything to come of it. Maybe he impresses and gets a backup job, but that is my understanding. He's just there to take the training bumps.
So, Mark, let me ask you about Kaepernick. I mean, do you think he's a good fit for the Ravens? Are you a fan of his? What's your take on him?
I wasn't a fan of his when he was with the 49ers and played us in that Super Bowl.
Right.
Dude has a spot. I mean, he was a starter in the league. That's something that only 32 people can say every year.
Right.
But his game is something that was popular for a time,
Mhm.
and a lot of defenses, adjusted and adapted to it. So whether he has a spot in the NFL now is another thing. I do think it's been said he's looking for starter money, and I think that's one thing that we're holding off on.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a stretch for him
and
at
also
this
to
point.
see if Flacco's injury is worse than they say, because they
Mhm.
said he's just going to sit out a week.
Yeah, but I mean, it's got to be something. Otherwise, they wouldn't be, really like shopping around like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They signed some other quarterback. I read. I think the notification came through, but I didn't get a chance to look up on it.
Really?
I mean, it's training time. It's training camp.
Mhm.
So they're gonna bring people in and rotate them out, and plenty of people get cut.
Right. So, I got a big problem with the Ravens in their offensive line.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Okay. All right. And we currently have a starting quarterback with a skill set that does not go with a shaky offensive line.
Yep.
The gentleman currently under center needs more than a 3-second count snap.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. All right, and we can be let's be generous. Let's just say that the O line gives like 4 or 5 seconds.
Which is why they went to the shotgun more in the last couple of years.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is we have a quarterback with a particular skill set that I don't think goes with the O-line that we currently have. Now, they have said that yeah, right. Thank you. Eric is on point today. They said that the O-line is going to be a focal point in the offseason. They got a couple people going for starting positions.
Yep.
To me, okay, with the O-line that we have been seeing, that we are known for having, why not go with a quarterback like Colin Kaepernick, who can not only throw the ball, but can think on his feet and possibly get out of those hairy situations that Joe Flacco can't handle?
I'll throw it out there because the O-line's not in a good period.
I mean, I don't know. Do you think there's more to it behind? Like, do you think there's more to it than this? Because to me, I would think you would want a mobile quarterback. Because, I mean, that's our biggest thing. Like, everybody screams and hollers. Joe Flacco doesn't have enough time. Joe Flacco doesn't have enough time. Joe Flacco hasn't had enough time for years. Don't you think he would have tried? Right, thank you. Don't you think he would have shots fired? That's what we do. He would have tried to learn how to get a little bit mobile. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you like getting your head bashed in. I don't know.
Not the The NFL is a pocket passing game, period.
Yeah.
And that's what every team is going to try to do.
Right.
As far as mobile quarterbacks go, there's been very few that have actually been successful. Michael Vick had a lot of success down in Atlanta, and even him, as he aged, he wasn't quite as mobile as he was.
So what about Cam Newton?
He's still, he's well in his career now, but I think I think that's to be determined. We'll see him running it less, especially like in 4 or 5 years.
Mm-hmm. I mean, well, that is a focal point for the Carolina Panthers. They do want him to run less. I mean, I don't know. Well, I mean, we'll talk more about that in a minute because we're gonna get into the NFL very soon. But yeah, I mean, me personally, outside of all of the other stuff that is going on with him, with the knee, with the race, all of that, I thought that his skill set fit the Ravens a little bit better. I mean, I have yet Johnny Arena Football. He's gonna have to prove himself. You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna have to see what's going on. I want to check out one of their free practices. I'll probably go to the next Ravens M&T Stadium joint.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know nothing about this dude. You know, I know what Colin Kaepernick can do.
Yeah.
You know, and it was just a little disappointing, and hopefully things will work out. You know, maybe, but like you said, it's not over yet.
Yeah, and the arena guy, he's just supposed to be there for training camps. So
right.
We'll see what happens. But I don't know if you've really paid attention or read up much on it. All these people coming out of the woodwork. Oh, if you sign Kaepernick, I'm not a fan anymore. Dude, get over yourself.
Right. This is another like disheartening thing I wanted to talk about. Like, you burning jerseys.
Yeah.
Burning jerseys. But I really didn't hear too many people saying they was going to give up those PSLs. And I'd like you to give up them. Go ahead and give up them PSLs. I'll scoop them jokers right on up.
Right.
There's a lot of people. There's a waiting list years long for them joints.
Has been from day one.
Right. And you talking about giving up your team because of one person? Come on, man.
And that just goes to show that they know nothing about the dude.
Right.
His charities and everything, he makes them perfectly public. They always say, "Oh, put your money where your mouth is." He does.
Oh yeah.
He does. He goes out of the country and delivers clothing and shoes and everything to people that are in need. In San Francisco, he distributed, I think it was like 3,000 backpacks to area kids, you know, people that needed school supplies and everything. The dude backs it up.
Yeah. I mean, he does so much. I kind of want him to slow down a little bit because he doesn't have a job right now. I mean, I'm serious. Like, dog, we don't know when you're going to get back on the field, when you're going to collect another check. But, yeah, you know, I mean, just to go that far off of something on a, which is just a very personal level, is just, I was really surprised with the fan reaction. Not necessarily the reaction, but the magnitude of the reaction. Like, there was way more tears than I expected.
Yeah.
You know, let's just City of Baltimore, what the
Let's just put it right out there, too, for, you know, obviously, I will generalize. The
Go
people
ahead.
that feel this way, they are Trump supporters. They're people that voted for Trump.
Shots fired!
Back when we had the riots, back when Ferguson was going on, Black Lives Matter, they need to not be violent protesting. They need to quiet protest and do it peaceful. Kaepernick does that, and they criticize him for that.
Yep.
They can go to hell.
That's an excellent point, and that is well said, Mark. Shots fired. That's what we do. But man, we went through that real fast. We started going off about Kaepernick. We didn't even really get to the. All right, look, y'all, don't go anywhere. We got a fantastic show planned for y'all. When we come back, we're gonna have our WTF moment of the week. Just a bit outside. Kescia, Mark.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com. Only in the forest can you see this. But nothing beats the moment you see that. Cool! That's your child's eyes opening up to a world of possibilities.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. And you might just see this. Visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Only in the forest can you see this. But nothing beats the moment you see that. Cool! That's your child's eyes opening up to a world of possibilities.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. And you might just see this. Visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Check out what you missed on Be Exposed Radio.
Listen to Elizabeth Warren talking about Black lives and Black life.
Police are not occupying armies. This is America, not a war zone. I speak today with full knowledge that I have not personally experienced and can never truly understand the fear, the oppression, and the pain that confronts African Americans every day.
Don't you just want to kill yourself? I mean, not from what she was saying, but from the music that was playing in the background. I just want to, oh gosh, but every word she said was prolific, and it did not come from what is now becoming mainstream as white privilege. She has a sensibility about her, and the way she speaks about different things that has, from the first time I saw her, I can't remember what state she's in. I think she's in like North Carolina or something like that, somewhere I'm not going. That some kind of sensibility about her that makes me like her for president. But she's not running. We have this old guy that looks like he should be on the popcorn box. Then we have Martin O'Malley. Fine. We'll settle if we must. Hillary, who I like, but she just has to fight against all this controversy, and that's the hard part of it all. Then we have Huckabee. I could have swore he died, like in one of those books, like a fairy tale book. Trump. We're going to get to you in a moment. Meet with all these black folk in one room, and they just fell for it. Like, he must have been giving out $100 bills behind them.
Check out the Talk Lately show every Tuesday nights from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. right here on
You
Be
are
Exposed
listening to
Radio.
BeExposedRadio.com.
Check out this flashback of the Artist Exchange Radio Show on BeExposedRadio.com.
If you had a dream venue, where would that be? Like, some people want to do Carnegie Hall or like a big stadium
I
somewhere.
would go with Madison Square. I want to feel that
So
building.
you just gonna shoot for the moon.
I want to feel it. I want to look out and just feel the vibration of all of those people there to be uplifted and all of that, 'cause that's what I want to do for people.
So are you dancing? Or are you?
I want to implement that. I think I want to start doing some blocking, like not like tear it up, but just like a
a little 1-2,
hell, a little not voguing, but kind of the essence of it. Very posy and hit the mark. Yeah, we're not trying to like bust out sweats.
So that's mean you don't have the dance gene and you.
I can dance.
Okay,
that's
not what I
baby,
do.
I can dance, but I'm not, trying to get that. That's not my lane. I want to keep it really kind of a retro feel with like the new school with a retro feel. Like
okay. Little Banji soul.
Yeah.
People gonna start using that.
Right.
I'm
And
a
they
little Banji
should.
soul.
Yeah.
But just mark it so people know. Like this.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. When we left off, we were talking Ravens football, and we were talking Colin Kaepernick. And I think, Mark, did we have a comment from somebody?
Yeah, we were talking about the O-line, too, and just what the Ravens need. Mike Banks comments, they suck. That's the problem.
Mike Banks, my man, my frat brother, from the my off-season football game day football group. I was telling you, we chop it up.
Okay.
He's a New Orleans Saints fan, so he'll love everything that I'll have to say in the next 15 minutes. So hopefully he'll stay on for that. What's up, dude? But yeah, back to Kaepernick. So we were talking about how I think we need them. You know, Mark gave his input, which kind of leads me to Jemele Hill. Okay, so Jemele Hill, you guys, for those who are not familiar, Jemele Hill is a, I would say sports journalist, sports personality. She does the Sports Center, The Six, with Michael Smith. I'm a big fan of them both. And, we are in the age of Twitter. Yep. And we are in the age of social media. And she's come under fire. Right, Mark?
Yep. She put up something on Twitter.
Yep.
What did it say? She compared police. Actually, it was in response to something else. I can't remember exactly what the...
In response to, I think it was like something to do with Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah. Because Kaepernick had posted something previously. But she agreed with Kaepernick's post, basically saying that equating the police to the old slave patrols. The people that go around to make sure the slaves weren't running away.
Right. Pretty bold statement.
And did you see Kaepernick's post?
No, I didn't.
It had a side-by-side picture of the slave patrol badge and a police badge.
Woo!
Yep.
Ooh, fuel to the fire.
Yeah.
So, she, of course, in a lot of eyes, made an unfavorable, opinionated post and has recently come under fire. Now, it's unfortunate because, we live in the United States where you're supposed to have freedom of speech, but when you are a, media personality or you are working for somebody, even though she has her own show and her own voice, she's an employee of ESPN.
Which makes her an employee of Disney.
Disney, I'm about to say, or if you want to take it one step further, Disney. Because, what is it, Disney, ABC, and ESPN?
Yeah.
All under the same little umbrella. So, you don't necessarily get to have that freedom, per se. Would you agree?
No. I think everyone should be afforded the luxury of saying what they want.
They should.
Obviously within reason. That's why there's laws. Right. You don't yell fire in a crowded area. That's inciting a riot. But it immediately takes me back to the Dixie Chicks. And when they got in trouble for bad-mouthing Bush.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
The freedom of speech is a freedom, but it's also responsibility. And what you say, you need to be accountable for what it is that you say.
Absolutely.
So when the Dixie Chicks said what they did about Bush, I completely agreed. However, they should know their fan base. And they should have known people would react the way that they did. And so when they started crying about it, I didn't feel any sympathy for them.
Right.
And for Jemele, she is a sports personality, and it seems like today the lines are getting blurred between sports and politics and everything else, because everyone does have a voice on social media.
Yep.
But some of the tweets back to her were incredibly rude.
Yeah, pretty harsh, I think.
I saw one that straight out called her a stupid bitch, which I'm like,
yeah,
dude.
That's why I'm trying to find some words to say it so we don't get in trouble, But it's just unfortunate that you can't have that opinion without being attacked.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? I'm no Jemele Hill, but that's kind of proving my point. I could go on Facebook right now and make a similar statement, not exact word for word, but I wouldn't receive a tenth.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Of the backlash.
Absolutely.
That Jemele has received, and I'm really hoping that I'm waiting to hear what ESPN or Disney has to say about this. I mean, we're in a day and age when there are consequences. There are consequences to what you do when you're on air. We we've seen it. Who was the guy from the Midwest that lost? That dropped the M word a couple of times. The old guy. Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
I can't even remember his name right now. I'm gonna have that when we come back.
Well, I'm thinking about Kurt Schilling though, equating. It
Oh
to that.
yeah. Oh, that's another
And
one.
then he was with ESPN, right?
Yeah. Oh, and he's gone.
Oh yeah.
And I think they eased Mike Dicker on out too after he made a couple comments. But hey, look, don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're gonna talk tennis. Novak Djokovic, done. Don't go nowhere.
Hi, I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is, because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org, because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
Man, it is what it is. Man, it is what it is. Well, it is what it is.
This Fly T Miles, also known as Tyree Miles, and Mr. Miles the writer.
Hip Hop K, check us out every Friday on Be Exposed Radio at 9/11.
Coming to y'all soon.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Whoa. The moment my son saw a redwood tree
It's huge!
is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing!
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Hey everybody, check out what you missed on the one and only Be Inspired radio show.
I'm just thankful this year I've dealt with, some growing pains, and I've overcome some things, and I've also, accomplished some things in the process. I've learned some things. Like,
Yes.
I've learned I learned that everybody loves your work until they got to pay for it. That's what I That's what I learned. I learned everybody loves what you do.
The pay?
I mean,
not always.
Listen, the Bible says money answereth all things.
Well,
okay, and there is a place. There is a place where finances is necessary. And when you got kids, and when you got a wife, and then you doing everything, and you top dog at what you do, especially when you weren't in the same place like with this radio show, you ain't in the same place you were a year ago. Should nobody be coming on the show and not donating to your show?
Can you say that on my show?
Should nobody be coming to your show?
Can you say that in the middle of the live?
Yeah, make that a promo, please.
Should nobody come on this show without donating?
Yes.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back to Just a Bit Outside. I have no idea what she's laughing about, but hey, we're having a good time here. Thanks for joining us.
Mike, I hate you.
What do you say now?
Boo.
Just wait.
Right, wait till we get to the Hootie section, man. I'm telling you. All right, go ahead, man. Go for it.
All right, so again, thanks for joining us each and every Monday. Give us a call, 410-702-5657. You're watching us on Facebook or YouTube. You're listening to us on TuneIn or Radio Loyalty, and we appreciate that each and every week. We've been trying to hit it. These segments keep on going by fast.
Right.
Our WTF of the week comes courtesy of those damn dirty Dallas Cowboys.
Come on, give us the story, Mark.
All right. So in Virginia, a gentleman had a arrest warrant put out, but he lied about his name. He said his name is Lucky Whitehead, which also happened to be the name of a wide receiver with the Dallas Cowboys.
That's right.
Who was from the area. So they announced that the arrest warrant is out, and the Dallas Cowboys say they're going to evaluate things. And before anything can be determined, they cut Lucky Whitehead. Afterwards, the police in Virginia say it's not even the same guy. So Lucky Whitehead gets cut by the Cowboys for someone else pretending to be him.
WTF police, first of all, okay? Because how do you let all of that get public? You know, I mean, this is like a famous person.
Well, I mean, warrants are public records, so obviously it's going to get out there.
Yeah, true that. But screwing up on the identity. I know here in Baltimore, when you, if you get pulled over or anything of that nature, I think they got like some type of the database or something. If you don't have like your license,
yeah,
or something like that, I don't know.
Well, apparently the incident was outside of a convenience store, so it's it wasn't a traffic violation. So they didn't,
okay.
Looking at the law,
but he was stealing, right?
Yeah, he was stealing from the convenience store. So it wasn't a moving violation. He wasn't required to produce any identification, which most places that's the law. But I think the real WTF needs to go to Jason Garrett, the coach. Throughout a press conference, taking multiple questions from reporters, I'm pretty sure Jerry Jones had his hand up Garrett's back and was just moving the lips. In evaluating the particular situation and the context of that situation, we felt like we made a decision in regards to Lucky that was right for our team. No, y'all messed up.
Right, big time. Big time.
WTF.
WTF. How you cut the guy before you even get all of the details? What type of investigation did you do? How thorough was it? Like, I mean, I don't understand what happened. I mean, the dude lost his job. Thank goodness he did get picked up, right?
He was in Jets training camp, last I knew, and he's impressing them, so he might, make
all right, well, hopefully that brother gets a job if he doesn't have one already. Jets, give that man a chance. He is falsely accused. And you know what? Jerry Jones, you are evil. I'm just going to say it. He's evil. I'm not going to blame that on Jason Garrett, man. I'm putting that on Jerry Jones, man. I'm pretty sure Garrett was just a messenger.
I have disliked Jerry Jones from day one. How he went in and just started doing things dirty.
Yeah, man. I mean, he's like, we love Star Wars.
Yeah.
But he's like the evil emperor, the dude with
Palpatine.
With the lightning.
Goes in, says how much he loves the Cowboys, and fires Tom Landry that first day.
Yeah.
There's something to say about tradition. And before that, I was never a fan of the Cowboys, but I liked them at least. And ever since Jerry Jones, no.
Yeah, that man is evil. That man is evil. All right, so let's keep it moving. Let's switch into tennis. Novak Djokovic had an injury during Wimbledon, he retired from the match against Thomas Burditch. So he's been dealing with this elbow problem supposedly for about 18 months now. And he just pretty much called it quits for the season. You know, he's coached by Andre Agassi. And I feel like this might be a new trend going for the older tennis players.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked a little bit about Roger Federer and how much rest that he had been getting. You know, all of the most of the top ranked tennis players, they up there in age. You know, I mean,
yeah.
Djokovic, I mean, Nadal isn't necessarily up there, but he has had his share of injuries and then some, I feel like.
Yeah.
Venus. You know, this could be like a new trend that we could be seeing because, like I said, we saw that Federer, you know, reaped the benefits of playing less. And, you know, if you think about it, tennis season is rather long.
Yeah.
Okay, the U.S. Open ends in September. They get what? October, November, December, and then they're jumping right back into it first of the year.
January, yeah. Australian Open?
Yeah, Australian Open, but there is one smaller one before that. God, I can't remember where it's at. But I mean, you know, but the Australian is shortly thereafter. And not only do they play these majors, but they play all of the smaller tournaments as well. Indian Wells, Miami. So it's a pretty long season for these guys. And I think that this might be a trend that we might start seeing a little more strategic, you know, picking and choosing when you want to play, resting yourself a little bit more.
Yeah.
So you can, you know, be a little bit, a little more durable.
Yeah.
If you will.
The article I saw directly compared it to Federer, like you were saying.
Right.
And it's saying that it gives Djokovic the chance to reinvent his game and bring something new that, you know, just evolve as a player.
Yeah.
And it's exciting to see.
Right. I was about to say, I mean, honestly, I think it's a win-win for everybody. Look how excited the women's tournament was at Wimbledon. And, you know, we are so looking forward to the U.S. Open. I mean, we've talked about it offline. And I think, you know, with Djokovic out, it's kind of like the same type of situation. I mean, he is someone who has dominated the hard court. You know what I mean? It's been him or Andy Murray, you know. And taking him out of the equation opens the field up, you know.
World number one. He's ranked number one right now.
Yeah, and he's going to take a hit in the rankings, but I think he's okay with that.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, any player, you go out there, get healthy, and then come back. And I think not long after he gets back, he'll start shooting up those rankings again.
Oh, absolutely. I have no doubt. I mean, you know, he's, like you said, number one, the best out there right now. Yep. He's the man to beat. You know, so everybody get your game up while he's taking a rest because it's going to, depending upon how long of a break he takes, it might take him a little while to get back into the swing of things. So we'll be on the lookout for that. And closer to the U.S. Open starts at the the last week of August. So we'll be talking more tennis as we get closer to Queens. Yeah, so alright. What's up? We got another comment or something?
Piona.
Oh, my Aunt Dolly, what's up?
Said we hit it right on the Colin Kaepernick. Or we hit right on Colin Kaepernick. Let him bring that West Coast offense east.
All right, see, Colin Kaepernick has love. I don't know who these Bammers are talking about burning jerseys and whatnot. You got love, man. I agree, Auntie. Let's bring him. We need to campaign for that. Let's talk football.
Let's talk football.
Football. Banks, I hope you are listening. So, as part of the agenda tonight, we said we would discuss the NFC, give our predictions for the NFC division and the AFC South for both division champs. Our predictions. Which one you want to do first? You want to do the AFC or the NFC?
Let's do AFC. Just keep Mike waiting.
That's what you get for shitting on the Ravens, man. Seriously. The AFC. Okay, all right, that's cool. So the AFC South is made up of the Houston Texans, the Indianapolis Colts, the Tennessee Titans,
and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I was just about to say this could be. You can make a case for this being one of the worst divisions in the NFL.
My note right here: mediocrity at its best.
Okay, all right. Well, let's get right into it. Mark, who do you think is gonna emerge on top? Now, last season, if memory serves me correctly, we had two teams. It was the Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans that tied with what was like 9-7.
9-7, exactly.
Right.
Yep.
The kings of mediocrity. So, do you think we're gonna come with another tie, or we're gonna have a solo?
We could have a tie again, but I don't think it's gonna be much better than 9-7. I think whoever wins, that'll be the record. For me, I have the Texans winning again.
Yes.
I think they just have the momentum. They have a young guy, wide receiver Riley McCarron. He's a free agent, and he's been showing a lot of promise in training camp. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him get signed and make an impact if possible. The Colts, I'm not sold on Andrew Luck still.
Yo. To me, the Colts is not even the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Colts are the biggest question mark of this division. I mean, you just said that Andrew Luck.
Yeah.
He's not coming off a really great season.
Nope.
And he got injured. You know, Chuck Pagano is on the hot seat.
Yeah.
You know, they could be looking for a change of culture or a change of direction, which already puts the whole entire locker room
on edge.
Yeah, exactly. And going off what you were saying with Andrew Luck, I don't even think he's playing the preseason.
Really?
Yeah, I think they're sitting him the whole entire. Right. You laughing? Right. That is not good.
At least put him in for a drive. I mean, you got to get game time play, even if it is preseason.
Man, that man need to get some reps in. He's going to start off slow. So, you know, I haven't had a chance to really look at their schedule yet, but, you know, their first 3 games could be a little tough. And, you know, for their game plan to try to reduce the number of interceptions. I think we might have talked about this a little bit last week. He's had at least 12 interceptions.
Yeah.
And that's a lot. You know, I mean, he gets yardage, but those INTs, that turns into points for your defense. So, you know, who's he throwing it to, though? That's another one of my questions. It's like, besides T.Y. Hilton, who do you have?
It's funny because, like, ever since he arrived in Indianapolis, it's been the second coming of Peyton Manning, but he doesn't have the tools, the weapons that Peyton Manning had.
Y'all dogged the shit out of Peyton Manning, man. Like, I don't know. I'm giving y'all the side eye. And, you know, I really don't know what's up with their running game either. It's like there's so many question marks with this situation. You know, I have the Houston Texans too.
Yeah.
I got them taking the division. You were talking about some of their young talent. I want to talk a little bit about the people that they have. All right. So this is going to be like the first time that they have J.J. Watt.
Oh, yeah.
And Jadeveon Clowney healthy at the same time.
That's scary.
That is scary as hell. Okay? Like, they were the number one defense last year, and they didn't even have them both. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so that's the music. That's queuing us up. Look, y'all, don't go anywhere. We're going to keep talking about the AFC South, and we're going to talk about who that nation in the NFC South. So, Mike, don't go nowhere, brother. Peace.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
You use Tearless Baby Shampoo because it's gentle on your baby's eyes. You make sure his toys don't have any sharp edges. You always test the bath water to make sure it's not too hot. You taught her what to do when the smoke alarm goes off. You make sure she wears a helmet when she rides her bicycle. You put on his sunscreen, even when he's embarrassed his friends will see. You do so much to keep your child safe, but are you using the right car seat for your child? Is your child facing the right way in the car seat? Is the seat too big or too small? How do you know when it's time to move your child into the next type of seat? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Protect your child's future at every stage of life. For information on the right seat for your child, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat. That's safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Why is Connor having trouble focusing in school? Having trouble finding Connor's middle school? Would you like directions? No, why is Connor having trouble focusing in school? Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul. No, I'm tired of fighting with him over homework. Home, walk, restaurant. Need a review? No, I need help. He's very smart, but his mind wanders. He's disorganized. I think I understand. Oh, good. Finding best potatoes for French fries. No! Russet, fingerling, Yukon Gold. Why don't you understand me? Sorry, I was trying to show how Connor feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
For the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues, this is what life can feel like. Explore understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues, designed to help your child thrive in school and in life. Understood.org, because understanding is everything.
Brought to you by understood.org and the Ad Council.
Do yourself a favor and listen to this hilarious flashback on Charm City Direct Radio Show.
You know me. I eat like this all the time. Do I gain any weight? No, at all. You can have my belly right now. I'm giving away body parts. Somebody said they need a butt. Somebody said they
I
need
can use a
butt.
little extra tissue there.
I can pop it right now.
He out here giving out butt cheek donations.
Hey everybody, it's your girl, the magical glow getter herself, Anissa Maureen, co-host of the Charm City Direct Radio Show. Catch me and the rest of my team every Saturday, 5 to 7 p.m. on BeExposedRadio.com.
Whoa. The moment my son saw a redwood tree
It's huge!
is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing.
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Hey man, I can't have a show without shouting out my dude Mike McMillan, aka DJ Delight, aka Sound Beats, Sound Productions. Man, you is doing it, man. The beats are lovely. Mark's loving it. I'm loving it. Eric's loving it. You getting it in, brother. And Sound Productions DJ Delight is available for birthdays, bar mitzvahs, any type of parties, any type of funerals, any type of announcements, baby reveals. That's the new thing now.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of time before we start DJing those. So yeah, he's available for that. Welcome back, you guys. When we left off, we were talking about the AFC South and our predictions of who is going to be king of the hill. And it seems like the general consensus is, including my man Mike says they're going to go 10-6, Houston Texans, and win that division. I agree with everybody. Houston will definitely take it. I do think that Houston has a couple of question marks. Biggest one?
Every team has question marks.
But the biggest one for them is quarterback situation.
Yeah, their quarterback situation is weak. Who is it?
They have
Brandon Whedon.
Yeah. And they also drafted the kid from Clemson.
Yes.
Deshaun Watson, who I would actually like to see get some burn.
And he's taken some reps in practice. They had some drop balls, but they said it's more on the receivers, not on him. So it sounds like he's looking good. I don't think he's going to be one of those guys that are NFL ready on the first day of the season.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he'll definitely challenge for that starting job.
Mm-hmm.
Just because their depth is not very good. I think the number one also thing for the Texans to watch out for is health. Because they've suffered some nasty injuries throughout the years that they're always predicted to win the division. And then, bam, they lose J.J. Watt. Who was that quarterback that they had like 3 years ago?
Schaub.
Schaub got hurt, and then they had a backup in there.
Fitzpatrick.
And, I mean, he did
all of them
well.
booty.
Fitzpatrick did good for
him.
Okay, got him the Buffalo job, and then he went to crap.
Yep.
But health, it's the number one concern for all teams. But for the Texans, it's been their bugaboo, their Achilles tendon.
Well, they definitely need to get that offense together because they're like an anomaly. They are the only team in the NFL to win their division with a negative point differential.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I don't even know how they I mean, well, clearly the defense, it was probably like a Baltimore Ravens situation where, where the defense is basically winning the games for you week in and week out. But, that's why I said I think I would like to see that kid from Clemson get some burn and maybe shake things up because he's got a nice little skill set, too, that I think would be a lot of fun to watch for them. Now, let's talk a little bit about the Jacksonville Jaguars. We have to do this, okay?
Well,
I'm sorry, you guys. We have to do it.
I was going to ask you because you said the number one question mark in the division is the Colts, so there's absolutely no question mark about the Jaguars.
Well, we know they're going to be shit.
We know they're going to be last.
Right. It's a make or break season, everybody is saying, for Blake Bortles. Do you agree?
I would agree if it wasn't Jacksonville.
I just got what you said.
I mean, they're going to stick by the dude. They've had such bad luck at quarterback, and I don't want to say he's made their game better, but I mean he's had some decent time. Any team, they just need the proper supporting players, and until the team can put that together, Bortles is not going to be a great NFL quarterback.
Yeah, this guy's had it rough.
Yeah.
To say the very least. I mean, he led the NFL in turnovers and was second in interceptions each of the past 3 seasons. So, what I do say for Jaguars fans that want to be a little bit hopeful, you did get Leonard Fournette, which will help out the offense a whole lot. He's an awesome running back. And there's also a young guy by the name of Marcus Lee, who I believe is a wide receiver. And they got some nice young talent. So they do have like a few weapons for Bortles You know, so I can kind of understand what they saying. Like, this is a make or break season. Like, you really don't have any more. Right? I can't believe time is flying so bad. He doesn't have any more excuses. So he better get his ass together. When you guys, when we come back, we'll talk a little bit about the Tennessee Titans. And then we're going to get into the NFC South. Who that nation? Stand up. I see y'all in the building. Mel, baby.
You are listening to Be Exposed.
Hey, there's my son. You've been in your room all morning.
Hey, Dad.
Matt, what's wrong with your voice?
There is nothing wrong with my voice.
Oh, well, it's just sort of.
I have been playing my video games and electronic games for so many hours.
Uh-huh. Well, it sounds like it might be time for you to take a break, or...
Hello, Dad.
Susan?
I have been watching TV and text messaging all morning. Yay, electronics. Yay, yay, yay.
Guys, I think it's about time to get in the car and take a little trip. Maybe see some trees, some green things.
What are these green things you speak of?
This weekend, unplug. Take your family to the forest. There's nothing in the world like experiencing nature firsthand. Trees, paths, bluebirds, streams. Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. To find the forest nearest you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Get out to the forest and discover the wonders of nature with your family, just like Blue, Jewel, and the whole Rio flock.
Let the kids connect to their roots. It's gonna be so much fun. Yeah! Woo-hoo!
Let's rock this jungle!
Woo!
Fresh air.
What a glorious morning!
Clean water.
Woohoo! This is great!
And endless surprises.
Yo, this is untapped territory.
How amazing!
Visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
So when you get to the corner of Smith and Orchard, you're going to want to take a left.
You are not going to.
Then what you're going to do is turn onto Marcy Avenue.
Just broke up
and go past the first 3 lights and then take the next left.
I don't really
then
think
drive
she's
5 more
happy,
blocks
but
and you should be
who
there.
am I to judge, right?
Park on the right.
That's
I'll
what
see
I
you
heard
later
last
tonight.
night.
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
This message is for all of you sitting in the passenger seat. And apologies if it gets a little uncomfortable. But how does it feel to be at the mercy of someone who thinks a random text is more important than your life? Someone who takes their eyes off the road while speeding along in a 3-ton hunk of steel. Freaky, right? Well, why not just ask them to stop? Or better yet, volunteer to text for them. It might be a little awkward, but believe me, you'll live.
Learn more at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back, just a bit outside of radio show on BeExposedRadio.com. Each and every Monday we enjoy doing this, even though it goes by so damn fast.
Hey, man, today is flying.
We have our lineup, and we are so behind on everything that we had planned on talking about, because this has been a great conversation.
Yeah. Good stuff.
The Orioles are playing right now. Right here in town, Camden Yards. They're playing the Kansas City Royals, who Kescia had as hot last week.
Yep, it's one of them sleeper teams, man.
Right now, it's middle of 7th. Orioles getting ready to go up to bat, tied up 1-1.
Oh, they tied it up?
Yep.
Okay. All right, well, hopefully they'll pull that one out.
Also, up the road, I don't know if they're playing in D.C. or not, but the Nationals, they have a no-hitter watch going on. Gio Gonzalez through 7 is not allowed to hit.
They're actually in Miami, and now they're in the the bottom of the 8th.
Okay.
Yeah. So, that's like a few outs away. So, back to football. So, we're gonna round out and wrap up the AFC South with a few comments about the last team to talk about, the Tennessee Titans. How did we save them for last when they were tied for first last season? I guess we say
they were mediocre. 9-7, 7-9.
I'm a fan of Marcus Mariota. I like him.
Yeah.
He got a tough break at the, literally at the end of last season. Remember? It was like him and then the boy out in Oakland, Derek Carr.
Yeah.
So, as we mentioned earlier in the show, they tied for first last season. And, they've got a nice little young squad. I mean, I kind of got them on my maybe another season or two list.
Yep. I don't think this season they're gonna.
No, that's why I said another season or two.
They might end up below 500 this year, but like you said, they have a young talent that in a year or two after some seasoning they'll be contending again.
And they've acquired some veteran leadership. They just got Eric Decker. They have DeMarco Murray, who still apparently has a lot of gas left in the tank. His first season with Tennessee was last season, and his stats were pretty good. He ran for 1,287 yards and had 9 touchdowns. So, that is pretty decent. And they also have a pretty decent tight end, Delanie Walker. And let me tell you a little something that I read about this guy. And, I've put him on my radar, people to watch. For the past 3 seasons, okay, there are only 2 players in the AFC South that has caught more passes than this guy Walker. And that's T.Y. Hilton and DeAndre Hopkins.
Okay.
So he's in good company. And this guy apparently has hands and is pretty solid. So, they have, I believe, they drafted Rashad Matthews. He's going to be doing his first season with Tennessee. So, they have a couple of little weapons. And, Marcus Mariota will be back, for another tour. And coming off a decent season. I mean, it ended bad, but, he had a pretty good season. And I'm expecting to see some more development from him as well.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be good enough to beat out Houston, but I think they'll be right back up in there. I really think it'll be those two and then a crapshoot for who is the crappiest between Indianapolis and Jacksonville.
Yes.
So, let's do it. NFC South. We got the current NFC champs, Atlanta Falcons. Rise up. We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with crab legs, Jameis Winston. That's his name all season. I got names for all of these Bamas. We got crab legs.
Hey, who doesn't like crab legs though?
Hey man, I love me some crab legs. We got my man Killer Cam. We got the Carolina Panthers. And I saved the best for last. And one of my favorite game day group. Man, Who Dat Nation. The New Orleans Saints. What up, Hooties? So, Mark, who you got? Atlanta going to do it. Atlanta going to run it back.
Interesting thing about this division is the last 2 years they've sent the NFC representative to the Super Bowl. And I think that's a lot of pressure on all the teams, even the ones that aren't expected to win. Because they definitely want to, for Atlanta, they want to return. For the Panthers, they want to get back to the Super Bowl again after being last year was such an anomaly for them, I think.
We'll talk about that.
But I think looking at all the teams there, I'm not a big Atlanta Falcons fan, but I see Atlanta returning to at least winning the division, if not getting to the NFC Championship game. They're returning too many players, too many skilled positions. Matt Ryan, it took him a long time to develop, but he is one of the better quarterbacks in the league now, as much as I hate to say that. Because, and I'll tell you why I say that. He was drafted the same year as Flacco, and all the love was on Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
And he sucked. and Flacco, his first few seasons, I mean, he took us to the playoffs every year, got to the AFC Championship game 2 times, I think, before finally getting to the Super Bowl. So Flacco, he put something together long before Matt Ryan could even get there.
But Joe Flacco had a superior defense behind him. Did Matt Ryan have that?
And he had a great support staff.
He did.
Even John Elway couldn't win a Super Bowl until he had a proper running back. So every especially in the NFL, it can't be about one player.
Mm-hmm.
You need that support staff.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna agree with you again, and I'm sorry, Who Dat Nation, but to me, there is no reason why. Oh Lord, you laughing? We got comments.
I don't think Mike liked what I had to say.
What'd he say?
You tripping, homie? They'll do the same as the Panthers after their 15-1 season. They got to make room for the Saints, right?
Yeah, you gotta make way for the Who Dats. But honestly, I don't think there's no reason why the Atlanta Falcons. Oh my God, the Atlanta Falcons shouldn't repeat as division champs. They do have to address their defensive issues. Their D was in the bottom half most of the 2016 season. They do get Desmond Trufant back, who was missing for most of the 2016 season. And from what I understand, he is a big vocal leader on the defensive team. The linebacker, Deion Jones, he'll be back as well. He had an amazing rookie year. So hopefully they'll be able to kind of piece together a more solid defense than we've been accustomed to seeing down there in Atlanta. You know what? They also did add another piece really quickly. Dontari Poe from the Kansas City Chiefs, and I think he'll provide a really big boost for the Atlanta Falcons. But let's move on through the NFC. We talked about Cam Newton a little bit earlier. Let's talk about the Panthers. Mark alluded a little bit earlier. They had a rocky 2016. I'm pretty sure I could speak for everybody in the organization and a lot of the fans that the Panthers pretty much underachieved.
Oh, yeah.
And like you said, you called it an anomaly. And I like to think of it as one as well. Cam Newton. He is the most hit quarterback in the NFL. Due to his style of play?
Possibly.
O-line not as bad as ours.
Definitely not. I mean, they have players that are there all season as to ours who rotates out. Mm-hmm. Definitely a style of play takes into that. I mean, ever since college and probably high school and before, he has no fear in running it out and running down the field and taking the big hits. And we've seen him take some monster hits too. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He's not the kind of quarterback that'll slide very often.
Well, due to his physique, he's a big guy.
Oh yeah.
I think that, due to his physique, it doesn't help when, folks are trying to tell him like, hey dog, you might not want to be running so much. Oh my God, did somebody else say something?
Oh, not somebody else, still Mike.
It's Mike. Banks, what do you say?
Panthers in 2 seconds. They had an easy schedule 2 years ago and went 15-1 and got a reality check with a tough schedule last season.
Okay. All right, and again, I gotta check. This week I'm gonna make a point to look at everybody's schedule so we can talk a little bit more about that next week. I haven't had a chance to look at their schedule.
Yeah.
Mike, I do agree with you on that. 2 seasons ago, they did. But the focal point, one of the focal points for the Panthers organization this season is to limit the number of hits Cam Newton takes.
Yeah.
Okay. So because basically, Cam Newton is like the piece that holds the entire team together. That's hands down.
Yep.
You know what I mean? They don't really have a lot of big name wide receivers. I think their best receiver is their tight end, Greg Olsen,
which isn't so uncommon nowadays. For
Yeah. But they want him to run less. Now, I don't know if the Panthers and Cam Newton are on the same page because this dude done slimmed down. He lost weight.
Yeah.
He's more nimble. You only do that when you want to become more mobile. So, what do you think about that?
Like you said, they're not on the same page.
You're right.
Every NFL team wants to protect their quarterback. That's how we got that whole Brady Tuck rule.
Right.
But like we said earlier, Cam, he'll take it and he'll run. For the Panthers, it's an investment. They drafted him, they are paying him, and they want to make sure that they get a return on their investment.
Absolutely.
So they're well within their rights to say you don't run, at least not as much as possible.
And what will help them is also Panthers. Let's try to drop some more plays that when he doesn't run.
Yeah.
Because they had hella plays designed for that situation, and you've been doing this all along. For you to up and be like, okay, this season where we going not even try to wean him. When you're a certain style player, it's kind of hard to pick up another, style of play. If you have this, run first mentality, it's like a knee-jerk decision, automatic. It's instinct.
Yeah.
You
know?
think
maybe it's panic from last season, going from Super Bowl to sub 500 record?
It's really hard to say. I would like to think that it's a variety of factors. CTE.
Yes.
I was just thinking about this when you were saying they want to protect their investment. And, it would behoove Cam. I think he's fantastic on his feet. Don't get me wrong. But, we just lost one of our Ravens player, and that dude was 26.
Yeah.
Very young. So,
not lost, like died.
Not died, no. He's no longer playing with us.
He retired.
Right. But, you guys, when we come back, we're going to discuss Who That Nation, and we're going to get into the crab legs. So, don't go nowhere. Just a bit outside. Mark, Kescia.
So, Jacqueline. Yes, Mom? I wanted to talk to you about something, and... Oh, wait. Hold on. I just got a text. Oh, there's another one. Wow. Busy me. So, anyway...
Oh, wait, Mom. I just got a message. My friends keep commenting on my comment. Oh, there's another one. So many comments on my comment.
Oh, I can't wait to watch TV tonight. Playoffs!
Hey, guys, check out my new video game. Pew, pew.
Wait.
Mom, what? Huh?
What? Hold
What'd
on.
you say? Wait a second, what?
This weekend, unplug. Take your family to the forest. There's nothing in the world like experiencing nature firsthand. Trees, paths, bluebirds, streams. Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. To find the forest nearest you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Are you thinking about getting your GED diploma? Well, here at the GED Pep Talk Center, we've got a number of pep talks that can motivate you.
Sometimes things don't always turn out the way you want them to.
You know that feeling? People look at you and don't believe in you.
You want some gentle encouragement.
Then you're on your way to your GED diploma and a better life.
but I know they're probably just a little bit nervous. You can find it in yourself to take that first step.
You can improve your future. You can do this. I know you can.
You need to start pushing yourself.
Now get your game face on and take the first step towards a better life. Hurry up! Don't make me repeat myself.
Whatever level of motivation you need to get your GED diploma, we've got a pep talk that's right for you. Call 1-877-38-YOUR-GED or visit yourged.org for your pep talk and find free GED classes in your area. GED is a registered trademark of the American Council on Education. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Hey guys, welcome back. Just a bit outside Kescia Park. We're having so much fun tonight. It's just time is flying by. So maybe we got to change things up and have a horrible night. So you know how whenever something's going bad, it just goes slow. Something, I don't know. Got some updates for you. The Nationals in the 9th inning, the Marlins got a hit. So that no hitter, unfortunately, Gio Gonzalez doesn't get that. But to not allow a hit through 8 innings is phenomenal.
And good for him, too, because he hadn't really been doing too awesome as of late. So maybe this will be a turning point for him.
Absolutely. Let's see. In the bottom of the 8th, Orioles and Royals are still tied up 1-1. Extra innings there tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to say, when we get home, we're going to be texting.
We left off talking about NFC South. And had some comments from Mike. Mike, man, you can talk.
I'm telling you, he is like one of the funniest football guys I know.
Talking about the Falcons, we were just before the break, and he said it was a fluke, just like the Falcons and their 28-3 debacle about the Panthers season a few years ago. Man.
Hashtag never forget.
Hashtag.
He'll never let us forget that, trust me. So let's talk about the Who Dat Nation, the New Orleans Saints. Okay, all right. So another coach that could possibly be on the hot seat. I mean, Sean Payton, Mike, Mel. What do you think? Is your guy on the hot seat? And also as well, your boy Breezes, Drew Brees. I believe this is a contract year for him. He's going to be trying to show out. But how much does he have left?
It could be retirement year for him. I mean, not like saying anything bad about the dude, but he's been around for a long time.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how much does he have left in the tank? And you know what? Who is their backup? I don't even know. Breeze has just been killing it. I mean, he had a pretty decent season last year. Oh, look. What Mike say?
I'm on the treadmill, so watch your mouth.
Yeah, so, a couple of question marks off the top. Sean Payton has been there for a little while.
A million years.
He came after right after Katrina.
Before, wasn't it?
Was he there before Katrina?
Possibly. I don't know. We'll have to look into that.
We're gonna look in that. But you know, as of late, they really haven't had much success, and I can rest this squarely and solely on the shoulders of the defense.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, you know, when you're not offering to pay them for hits anymore,
they have no motivation.
Exactly.
Shots fired. Hey, that's what we do. But they got to concentrate on making the defense better. They had 3 consecutive losing seasons, and I'm pretty sure Who Dat Nation is anxious to get back on the winning side. Last season, their defense finished 27th overall, which is not good. They had the fewest sacks in the league. They were second to last in points allowed. I could go on. I'm not really sure. He made another comment. I'm not really sure what type of additions they have made on the defense. I'm pretty sure Michael will get us up to speed on that. But that should definitely be a focal point for them as training camp, gets underway and in the preseason. One thing that I am anxious to see is the big new addition, Adrian Peterson.
Yes.
Okay. I think you guys got a pretty good 1-2 combination when you put Adrian Peterson and I believe you still have Mark Ingram together, and that's a nice little 1-2 punch. I honestly don't know how much Drew Brees has left. He's done good as far as yardage is concerned. He's been pretty consistent about that. But as you said, he is getting up there in age, and I mean he's been killing it so bad. Nobody ever really talks about his backup, and he's been pretty durable.
Yes.
And which is kind of rare. And the Saints have been very fortunate with that aspect. But I think those are the 2 things I'm most anxious in seeing. How Adrian Peterson will fare in New Orleans, which I think will be very well because they feed their running backs down there.
Yeah.
And can they get this defense together? Can they finally, get back to that excellence that they paid for with the Bounty Gate?
You mentioned Sean Payton a little bit ago, and
Yeah.
for me, that's one of the big question marks. Like you said, 3 straight losing seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Are they holding on to him because of that legacy that he has? He got him to the Super Bowl.
Right.
He had such a winning stature there.
Mm-hmm.
And what was it? 2 seasons ago, there was talk about a coach trade, which doesn't happen very often.
Right.
But trading him to San Diego, I believe, or L.A. Chargers now.
Right.
What happened with that? I remember that there was talk that he was actually interested in it. So is his heart even in New Orleans anymore?
That's a good question.
Is he ready to move on? Does he have dirt on someone? Is that why he still has a job? Jeez. 3 losing seasons.
Hey.
And Mike, sorry, you're on the treadmill. How the hell are you texting while you're on the treadmill? Text to speech.
Who that?
For me, the biggest question mark is Sean Payton. Will he be there next year? Can he turn him around? Does he want to?
I think another thing about Sean Payton is that he's a fan favorite.
Yes.
Even we just said 3 consecutive losing seasons. There is no outcry for his head. You know what I mean? I think that might be another part of the reason why he's still there. You know, I think the fans have an affinity towards him. And to me, in order for him to stay there, they would have to do better than 500.
Yeah.
In my opinion. So, right, we are rolling tonight, y'all. I swear to goodness. But it's NFL season, man, and we are in full effect. We are so happy about that. When we come back, we're going to do the real on wrestling. We're going to talk a wee bit about baseball. And yeah, don't go nowhere.
Hi, I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is, because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org, because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Business owners, need more customers? Offer fantasy sports contests and generate more sales. Restaurants, bars, hotels, auto dealerships, real estate offices. Whatever your business, fantasy sports contests can help you increase your sales and bring you more loyal customers. Visit Fanify.com or call 888-55-SPORT. Our software lets you customize contests fast and easy for your brand. That's right. Visit Fanify.com or call 888-55-SPORT. That's 888-55-SPORT or visit Fanify.com.
My name is Ruth Rusi. I'm a retired teacher. I'm 91 years old, and this is how I live United. I say retired, but not really. Once a week, I read books to children as part of United Way's education program. Reading to a child creates links between language and literacy. It creates a bond between grown-up and child. And believe it or not, it prepares them for a better academic future. Oh, we read about frogs and flies and pigs with wings, all sorts of juicy stuff. It's a joy to watch all those little faces. I figure I have the time and they have the need. And I've always believed that if we're not here to help each other, then what are we here for really? My name is Ruth Rusi. I help kids prepare to succeed in school. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
My name is Meera Batra. I have been in this country 32 years, and this is how I live united. America has always been the land of promise, and in my community many families have come for a better life. Coming from another culture myself, I know the desire to become part of a community, to feel at home and to gain the tools for our children and families to succeed. So I advocate for these families with United Way. United Way empowers them to look beyond their histories and to see what opportunities are available. We help them get involved with their kids' schools, network within the community, and when we do, we unite them. We make the community stronger. What I do is something I wish someone had done for me, and I am so grateful I am able to. My name is Meera Batra. I help families see opportunities and succeed. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back to Just a Bit Outside. You got Kescia, you got Mark. Tonight's been going by so fast that we just got to jump through some stuff. DJ Delight, Sound Beats Productions, Mike McMillan, had a little comment on the on the Facebook feed. That wrap-up commercial beat is rocking. I'll tell you what, man. I had Kescia send me those MP3s, and so we could, try to liven up the show a little bit. And that track, dude, I fell in love with. I said, we got to get that on the show.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mark's been riding around, jamming to that joint, bro.
It's so sweet, man. It's just, I love that track. That's awesome. So thanks for supplying that, man. And
keep up the good work.
Like Kescia says every week, if anyone needs him for parties or anything, DJ Delight, Soundbeats Productions, get a hold of us. We'll connect you with Mike. We were talking NFC South. We wrapped up that talk.
Mm-hmm.
So now, a really quick edition of
The Real on Wrestling. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, dig it, yeah. We're going to talk a little MMA also, as we usually do during the Real On Wrestling segment. WWE, they're kind of moving towards SummerSlam, which is their big summer event in August. It's
summer ending, kind of.
Yeah,
it's like,
and it's equated to the WrestleMania of the summer. It's their big event.
Mm-hmm.
Lately, it's been every year in Brooklyn, the Barclays Center. They on SmackDown tomorrow night, they're gonna have a match they announced between John Cena and Shinsuke Nakamura.
Okay.
The winner goes on to face Jinder Mahal at SummerSlam for the championship. A couple months ago, the rumor was Shinsuke Nakamura would be fighting him, Jinder Mahal, for the championship and win at SummerSlam. Now, rumor is that John Cena is going to go on and to kind of give this year's SummerSlam that marquee moment. If John Cena wins, he breaks the Nature Boy Ric Flair's reigns for a number of world titles.
What?
Yeah, they're tied right now at 16.
That's big.
That is huge.
That's big.
So that's what they're looking at. Speaking of the Nature Boy, ESPN, they announced they're doing a 30-on-30 on Ric Flair.
Yes, Mike, DJ Delight, they are doing a 30-on-30 ESPN on Ric Flair. Woo!
That's going to hit ESPN November 7th, 10 p.m.
I can't wait for that
one. Tuesday.
Woo! Woo! Mm.
Yeah. And actually, just tonight on Raw, Brock Lesnar announced that if he loses the Universal Championship at SummerSlam, he's going to leave WWE.
What? I don't believe that shit.
Which is interesting, considering there's been a couple weeks now of rumors of Brock returning to the Octagon, returning to UFC, and one of the first names bandied about for him fighting is a gentleman that fought this past weekend at UFC 214.
He'd get killed, yo.
John Bones Jones, who is now ranked the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in MMA in the world. Jones beat Daniel Cormier.
Did you see that?
I heard. I haven't seen the footage yet. I think in the third round he just annihilated him. He took the
Ammo fist.
Took the light heavyweight championship back. And in the post-fight interview, Jones called out Brock Lesnar.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Said he'll take him on any place, anywhere. And Lesnar's responded, and he said he's down to fight. Brock, either earlier this month or late last month, he re-entered the US ADA testing program.
Right.
For fighters, they have to be in that program for 4 months before they can have a fight. And early estimates are that we could see John Jones versus Lesnar in November.
I mean, hey, it makes for good TV. I mean,
absolutely.
You know that besides Mayweather and McGregor, I mean, this is entertainment in as hell.
Absolutely.
Like,
now Brock, I mean, they call him the Beast incarnate in WWE, and he is a beast. He is so huge. Does that mean that Jones is going to put on weight to fight in the same class?
I think they. I mean, he might have to, right?
Absolutely.
My thing is though, Brock Lesnar already had a stint in MMA, right?
Yeah.
Very short-lived, correct?
It was short-lived, but I mean, he did make an impact. He was the heavyweight champion. He is tied for the most defenses of that championship without losing it. I think 3 or 4. But he had a bout of diverticulitis, which
Okay.
is as an infection in the intestines. I've actually experienced it myself, and it is painful.
Really?
And that's what cut his career short, and that's kind of why he came back at UFC 200 to do that fight with Mark Hunt.
Okay.
But Brock has said, now that he's over the diverticulitis, he does want to see what he could do in the octagon some more.
Okay.
So his contract with WWE goes through April, which is after WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
For WWE, they have a signature pay-per-view in November. Will they allow Brock to fight in November for the UFC, or will they want that name on their show?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's interesting, and especially with this announcement that if he loses the title at SummerSlam, he's gone. We could see that set up to see him go back to UFC as soon as November.
We'll definitely be on the lookout for that.
There was another call-out at
Oh,
UFC
Lord.
show.
Who?
Chris Cyborg. Chris
Who?
Cyborg, one of the most hard-hitting female
Yeah. Who'd she call
fighters. She called out another WWE superstar. Her and the last kicker, Becky Lynch, have been going at
Okay.
it for the last several weeks on Twitter and other social media.
Interesting.
Cyborg on UFC 214 this past Saturday, she beat Tanya Evinger, capturing the
Mhm.
light featherweight title. Or the featherweight title, sorry. And immediately Cyborg, also post-fight, calls out Becky Lynch.
I didn't hear that.
On Twitter, she put up a photo, and I'm going to have to when I get home, I'll find this photo and the tweet and put it on our site. It's Cyborg with her 3 titles, including the newly won featherweight championship, and her tweet, which she tagged Triple H, who is very high up in the executive of WWE. She tagged WWE. She tagged Becky Lynch. I won my UFC 214 fight, Triple H. Now I want Becky Lynch in WWE at SummerSlam. Cyborg versus the world. So perhaps for WWE allowing Lesnar to fight early, maybe they've arranged something for Cyborg to appear at SummerSlam.
Yeah, definitely sounds like it. Definitely sounds like it. They might be on the right track with this mixing and mingling of WWE and
Cross promotion.
yeah. I mean, Dana White and the powers that be may be on to something there. I mean, it makes for good entertainment.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Cool. So does that wrap your segment up?
That wraps it up.
That's the Real On Wrestling. So let's roll on to the Real On Baseball. Major Leagues. We're gonna show them a little bit of love. Every week, as you know, one of our segments is Who's Hot and Who's Not around the league. Mark, who do you have for Who's Hot this week?
I'll be honest. I actually changed it as
I did
as we were
too.
coming to air. Originally, I had Jonathan Scope.
That's who I have. Thank goodness.
Okay.
Good.
So I'll let you present.
Okay.
Scopey. But I had to change it to the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Okay.
Today they picked up Yu
I know.
Darvish.
God.
They also picked up 2 left-handed relievers. I don't think it's Dodgerville anymore. I think it's Pitcherville. I think they got little Pokemon cards of pitchers, and they're collecting those damn things. They are making the moves that now make me wonder if they don't win the series, if they don't even get to the series, what is next for them? Shut up, dog.
I know. He's back. He's back. The fuck is back? Yeah, yes. Props. I wanted to devote more time to what went down to the wire today, because I believe today was the deadline.
Today was the deadline.
Right? So there was all types of madness, but we don't have enough time, damn it. Yu Darvish, I believe he will be a decent pickup. As of late, he hasn't been playing very well, but with Clayton Kershaw down right now, they really don't know about the timetable of the rehab and when he's going to get back to form. He is definitely a nice kind of Band-Aid on the situation. And then when Clayton Kershaw does become healthy, I mean, God, the Dodgers. I mean, it just hurts looking at it. I mean, you got Darvish. You got Kershaw. You got Rich Hill. You've got, oh gosh, what's the other guy's name? Wood, Alex Wood. I mean, to me, I just feel like with the addition of Yu Darvish and the other two, they have to win the World Series, yo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm tempted to just go right now, put $500 on it. Like, yo, they have to win the World Series. So, that's your who's hot?
That's my who's hot.
That's a good one, man. That's a good one. I'm really surprised that they grabbed you. You know what I mean? And at least it took their eyes off of Britain. You know, at least they left us with something for little something. You know.
Your aunt just updated us on Facebook.
Yeah.
O's got a walk-off run. Walk-off. Yeah.
Hey! Oh! All right. Orioles magic, full effect. Well, that is so appropriate because my who's hot is our very own Jonathan Scope of the Baltimore Orioles. You know, Jonathan has had an excellent season.
Yes.
You know, a couple of firsts for young Jonathan. Most recently, he was the AL Player of the Week, during which time he had a batting average of .433, which was awesome. He had 3 home runs, 16 RBIs, and this is all over the course of 7 games. So, I mean, he really crushed it, and he is well-deserved. And this was also his very first Player of the Week award. And on top of all of the accolades and recognitions, he gets a pretty sweet watch out of that joint. He gets a Rockwell.
Wow.
Yeah, that's all. I was like, yo, you get a Rockwell up the top for getting Player of the Week? Incentives, bonuses. These guys are out here playing. But not only that, earlier, a couple months ago, you know, we made mention of him being the only Orioles player to go to the All-Star game. Also another first appearance for him. And you know, he's just been doing really well. I mean, he's having a great season. We haven't heard him mentioned in any of the trade talks, and of course he hasn't been dealt. So I'm very happy that we got to keep him. You know, I was intent on keeping him and Manny together. It looks like that we'll get to see that. Yeah. And that's my who's hot. So his hometown hero.
What I really like about Scope too is he has quietly risen the ranks of AL RBIs. Mm-hmm. He's now second place.
Second place, right? I meant to say that as well.
I think last week he was third. The week before he wasn't even on the top 5. So he's quietly producing runs for the Orioles, which is what they need in order to win.
Yeah, and it's just so funny that we have the most unlikely of heroes. And I say us, I'm talking about Baltimore Orioles fans, in a very I'm saying horrible season. You know what I mean? Very, very few bright spots or very few things to smile about. And then here we have, you know, Jonathan, you know, coming out from, you know, under Manny's shadow and Adam Jones and the rest of the guys and just really shining and saying, hey, look, guys, you know, I can ball out too. You know, I think it's awesome.
Definitely.
I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do the who's nots. I got a good one for who's not.
I'm going to guess we don't have the same one then.
We definitely don't. I know we don't.
Sorry, fans. I'm going to say the Orioles, but specifically this trade deadline of Orioles.
If I had more time, Christ almighty.
They have the worst pitching staff in the league right now. And what do? They go and trade with the Phillies, who actually had a really good reliever on their staff. But they want starting, so they pick up
Jeremy
Hellickson.
Who ain't worth a damn.
And then Hellickson...
Shots fired, that's what we do.
On his way to join the team in Texas, gets into a car accident on the way to the airport. Supposedly he's here now. I don't know why. I haven't heard much, but he did join the team tonight in Baltimore.
Did he crash the car on purpose?
He was rear-ended, but apparently...
Shots fired. That's what we do.
He was rear-ended, but his girlfriend needed to go to the hospital, so he wanted to stay there for that, which, that's admirable.
Okay.
But you got to think that's like not a good omen as you're going to your new team to get into a car accident. And the other big move, they picked up from the Tampa Bay Rays Tim Beckham, who's a utility infielder, shortstop. Why?
I don't know what the hell is going on with the Orioles. The hits just keep on coming. You guys, when we come back, we're going to wrap this thing up, man. Time flies, man. We did this thing tonight. Just a bit outside. Mark, Kescia, on a Monday.
Artist Exchange Radio Show every Friday 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. every Saturday 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Real artist, real talk, real live on BeExposedRadio.com.
As busy as you are, because they're good at itemizing their time and they actually have a passion for what they do. One of the biggest lessons that I learned, I get to say this on Weird, was finding people who are not only interested in doing what you need to get done, but people who have a passion for it, because that will eliminate the idea of people just working for a paycheck. Right. Because when people sign up for a paycheck, we all had jobs where we slacked off, where we stole away in a little storage room.
Fell asleep.
Thank you.
I saw a meme the other day that had Bart Simpson and the little boy with the glasses. I didn't watch the show, so don't be mad at me. Don't send me no daggum messages. The little boy with the glass, Millhouse, that was his name. He showed him a cave, and it says, when you're asked to show around the new coworker, and it says, this is where I come to cry. Cool.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets. With millions of YouTube views, shares, Instagram likes, followers, and fans across the globe. But what do all these amazing pets have in common? Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a shelter or adoptable pets near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard? Well, that's entirely up to you. Visit theshelterpetproject.org and hear more about Hamilton the Pug, Toast, and Keyboard Cat's amazing adoption stories. Start a story, adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Your perfect pet is just a click away at theshelterpetproject.org.
I don't understand why. Look, me, and I haven't said anything either, but this is my moment. Where this American Healthcare Act is... Oh, you all right? Ooh, a sneeze and a cough. How'd that work out? That sounds real difficult. Like, damn. Sneezing is like you skipping a heartbeat. A cough is like you bringing up a lung. So it was like a sneeze and a cough. So you was dying twice. Because you was coughing. I was like, you okay? Achoo! What? How you fit that in there? So, now back to the American Healthcare Act, because you're going to need that to get the cough and the sneeze together.
Live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. only on BeExposedRadio.com.
Yeah, this the man that holds it down. Mr. Showtime, D the Boss. Check us out every Saturday, 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
I'm in a relationship. My girl happens to be long distance. So with that being said,
I beat my thing like it owes me money. Sorry.
Because I asked that because... You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back, Just a Bit Outside. It's the home stretch, the final inning, the third period. It's the end of the show.
Okay, couple announcements for you guys. The Just a Bit Outside Fantasy Football League, we're still looking for a few more teams. If you know anybody that's looking for a fantasy football league, or if you yourself would like to play fantasy football, we're taking all opponents, all experience levels. We're taking, advanced rookies. If you want to get your feet wet, come and have some fun with us. There was another announcement.
I don't know, but in the spirit of the final the fantasy football,
okay,
you don't have to be local to join.
Oh yeah, we got Skype capabilities.
Yeah,
you can, we're gonna do the thing through ESPN. You can log on.
Now, if you are local, then it's a bonus because on the 14th of August, we're going to be having a draft party here. We're going to get some wings from iBar and some other goodies for y'all to enjoy and imbibe on. And
it'll also be DJ'd by DJ Delight. Mike McMillan, you already see his skills. The boy got skills. He good. He good. The boy good.
Did you remember the other announcement?
God. Nope. Sure didn't. So, what else? Oh, okay. What? You want to get into it? All right, so here's that Just a Bit Outside. We always like to end our night on a good note, on a feel-good story, if you will. And this week, Mark sent me a really cool story, so I'm going to let him take it from here.
Brittany Griner of the WNBA's Phoenix Mercury, a couple years ago she came out as lesbian, and she volunteers locally in the Phoenix area, and one of the places that she volunteers is called 1 in 10, and it's a shelter, a place that helps LGBT youth age 14 to 24, which that age group has a very high suicide rate.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. A lot of work to be done there.
Helping the LGBT community, and especially those ages, is very important. And on July 12th, this Center 1 in 10 had experienced a fire. It had electronic equipment and a whole bunch of stuff destroyed. And the Phoenix police announced that they had video that showed a man pouring a substance on there, exiting the room before it caught fire.
Really?
So, yeah, so it definitely is an arson. It's being investigated as an arson.
So they're looking for this person right now?
They're looking for him. I haven't heard any updates as to if he's been caught, but for someone to go and do that, that's just heinous. Whether you agree with gay people, I mean, what's to agree with? They exist. But, if you agree with that lifestyle or not, you don't go burning down a charity that helps people like that.
Non-profit organization.
Exactly. So
like that.
Brittany Griner, she's out injured right now. She recently won the WNBA Community Cares Award. And part of this award was a $5,000 prize. And she took that $5,000 and she gave it to 1 in 10.
That's awesome.
The Phoenix Mercury announced that they are giving another $1,000. And Brittany has set up a social media campaign to raise money for this charity, for this fantastic organization that helps a really at-risk community.
All right. Well done, Mark.
Shout out to Brittany Griner.
Shout out to Brittany Griner. Well done. Well, you guys, you hear the music. You know what that means. We are out of time. As always, Baltimore, spread love, yo. Mark, Kescia, Just a Bit Outside. And that's a wrap.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Be Exposed Radio.